Hello, I was gonna share with you guys my experience driving the Mach E shown right here. I've been driving it this week. I drove from Chattanooga to Houston and back, about 800 miles one way, and I'm due to get back in about 2.5 hours from now. It's been a long week, but driving the Mach E has been nice, and wanted to share with you guys what it was like driving it. Here I am. I'm at my last stop charging at a Tesla version 3.5 charger. Charges well. That's been my favorite chargers, is the Tesla chargers on this trip. As a reminder, I drive a Chevy Silverado EV. My wife has a Model 3 Tesla. And so comparison between this and those vehicles, I'll just start out saying this is a nice vehicle. I like it. It's fun to drive, and have enjoyed driving it this week. So a few things: it rides really well. It's quiet, typical electric vehicle things. It handles well. It's fun to drive. A few things that stand out about it otherwise is nice roof, glass roof and everything, but it is a little slow charging. Just it's slower than a Model 3, which gets up to around 250. It doesn't stay there very long, but it's still nice to have that fast charge at first when you plug in. This one tops out right about 150 kilowatts, where the Model 3 is 250. But now later in the curves, they're similar. I will say this one drops off a cliff at 80%. So if you go above 80%, it's like, 50 kilowatts or less in that upper part of the curve. So you don't want to go above 80% unless you have to. Charged it at a few hotels and on the road. Did well charging. A few other things about it. Little bit aggravating trying to use navigation. Doesn't show chargers well, so I tried to find some chargers that we were going to, so hoping that it would precondition and charge a little faster. Really not very good at that. So I just used CarPlay and Google Maps to get to locations. Worked a lot better. And I'm not sure it would have charged much faster. If others know that it charges faster than 150, I think my top speed was 154, and it did pretty well. It's not. We would wait sometimes on it to finish charging, but it was real fast, so it wasn't bad waiting. Probably the least favorite thing to me is the charge port location. I know other vehicles, like some of the GM products, have a charge location in the driver's front. We had a charger on a Sunday afternoon that was in Texas, and there was only 8 chargers, and we got, we didn't have to wait, but we took up 2 spots because there was a Tesla on the end. So we started charging. Other people came. None of them probably waited over 5 minutes. I had 2 of them come up to me and talk to me about, just want to make sure you're taking up 2 spots. I said, yes, I do. Take that up with Ford. But we did ask the one on the end to move, but he said he only had like 6 minutes left. When he did leave, I moved there, which eased some of that tension. I didn't feel good about that. So a little frustrated by that. Why not just put it in the rear? It might cost a little more, but man, it would relieve those stresses that come with full supercharger locations. But driving it in general, it's easy to drive. The Blue Cruise is good. It gets a little bit ping-pongy in curves, but overall pretty good. It was a little aggravating. You can't put your hands any higher than 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock or it thinks you're not watching the road. So I found myself really wanting to do that. I guess I moved my hands around some to vary the location on a long drive, and I just, I couldn't put them up there because it would start dinging the whole time. There were a few times in curves with semis next to me, it would like freak out and start blinking red, beeping the takeover that I thought the semi was coming over in our lane when it was just turning in the curve. So not enjoyable experience there. But the charge held really well. Like, I was in a conference 2 days, didn't drive much. It basically held the charge it was at, for those full 2 days, just sitting in the parking lot mostly. Our Tesla, it drops like 5% a day. I know it has cameras and cabin overheat protection, those kind of things, but Teslas definitely have vampire draw, where some of the others like this one, Mach does not. So anyway, just want to share the experience, kind of give a comparison. I would consider getting one of these if the price was right. I do think it's a nice car. I don't think it's outstanding in a lot of ways, but it is a nice car and adequate for anybody that's considering it. I feel like it looks nice. I know looks are subjective, but hope you enjoyed tidbits about Mustang Mach-E, this being the fleet vehicle where I work. So I don't drive it all the time, but have driven it for this week. See you guys later. One extra thing, I drove 2,000 miles in the Mustang Mach-E and averaged 3.0 miles per kilowatt hour for the whole trip. Just want to let you know that fact. See ya.